What's up, heathens? How ya doing? I'm the Godless engineer, and I analyze apologist claims to give you the best arguments and information so that you could stand up and use your voice. Normally, I handle religious apologists that argue against science as well as atheism and other topics. Today, though, we're going to step outside of that a little bit, still stay in the science sort of vertical, but we're going to be covering something that I haven't covered in a long time.
I'm a bit embarrassed about this, but I'm not embarrassed for me, embarrassed for you, because I need to go to this length to show you how ridiculous the idea that you live on a spinning ball actually is. Me standing in the pissing rain, it was soaking wet, to make the point. Hope you appreciate this. Hey, found this shit. I've seen it in other videos.
Oh boy, I can't wait to see where this is going. Today we're going to be taking a look at 5 different flat earth videos and sort of doing a checkup on the flat earth community. It's been a while since I've really looked at any of their content. I'm wondering if it's changed at all, if they have any better pieces of evidence that this earth is flat, which we all know that they don't, but still, might as well do a health checkup on that community. So, if you want to find out why flat earthers are still crazy and wrong, then please stay tuned. Alright, heathens, before we start today, I want to let you know that you can get this Got Evidence shirt, which is the question you should always ask any kind of science denier, whether that be a flat earther, an anti-vaxxer, or a creationist. You can go down below into the merch shelf that has my Teespring store in it, and you can get yourself a Got Evidence shirt. So like I said, today we're going to be taking a look at 5 different flat earth videos and seeing if they have any good evidence. Last time that I left off with flat earth, they didn't have good evidence at all. So I've been interested to see what they've been able to come up with in the past year. Alright, so let's take a look at the first video.
Good bloody morning, people. I'm going to do one of those bloody anti-bloody globalist bloody videos. A bloody flat earth bloody bloody meant.
I'm sorry, sir. Did you say it was bloody? I didn't. Maybe I wasn't listening, because I could have sworn you said bloody at least once, if not more than that. Also, globalist doesn't mean what you think it means. A globalist is technically a person who advocates for the interpretation or planning of economic and foreign policy in relation to events and developments throughout the world. Globalist does not mean somebody that accepts the fact that we live on a ball.
Now you can see there on the bloody stone of bloody justice, I've got a bloody tin can sitting up on bloody top, and I've got me bloody slingshot. It's a bit frozen this bloody morning, so I've got to stretch it out a bit. And so, the bloody experiment, you see little Charlie down here, the bloody experiment goes like bloody this. I've got the bloody slingshot over this bloody distance. It's going to go dead bloody straight. And I'm going to aim at that bloody can up bloody there. And so, I aim a straight bloody line at it. If I hit it, it's bloody flat, isn't it? The bloody world's bloody flat. And if the little marble goes over the top of it, shows that there's a bloody globe, doesn't it?
Well, it kind of depends on how far away you're going to stand from it. If you stand right on top of it and shoot your slingshot at it, it's not going to prove whether or not the earth is flat. I mean, it could possibly prove how uneven the ground is, but as far as the curvature of the earth goes, you're really not going to be able to detect anything from that kind of distance. But, I mean, if you want to move pretty far back and have yourself sort of a sniper shot at it, you will definitely have to compensate for the curvature of the earth.
Because the curve, see, the bloody marble is going to go dead bloody straight. My finger here will say is so it's going to go bloody straight and hit it. Bang. Flat earth. But if the earth's curved, the tin bloody can's going to be here and it's going to go over the bloody top, isn't it?
Okay. So let's just go with your parameters here. So if the marble goes above the can when you shoot at it, then the earth is curved. If you hit it directly, then it's flat, regardless of the fact that being right up on top of it, which I think is what you're going to do considering you have your phone vertical propped up and you're probably going to want to be in the shot. I'm guessing that you're going to be right on top of it. That particular amount of distance is not going to give you any amount of curvature. I mean, the amount of curvature in that small of a distance is indistinguishable from being flat. So you're not really going to prove anything, but I do want to hold you to, if you miss the first shot by it going over it, then the earth is curved.
Bloody logic.
I can't. Bloody logic. Oh yes, bloody fucking logic there, buddy.
So we've bloody got the bloody slingshot, bloody loaded. So let's bloody see, is it bloody flat or are the globalists bloody correct?
Well, fuck, I guess it's a globe then. Solid day's work there, flat earther. Yet again, does a flat earther prove that the earth is a globe? Whew. This guy's gonna give Ranty a run for his money on the best proofs for a globe out there.
Okay, take bloody two.
Oh yes, let's see if another shot is gonna provide us with more evidence. There's no way that you could recalibrate your aiming so that you hit it dead on.
So what do you bloody reckon, you bloody globalists?
Well, I reckon you probably aimed correctly this time and was able to hit the can. It is not, in fact, prove that the Earth is flat. This experiment doesn't prove fucking anything. So I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish with this, but you just look fucking ridiculous. So, alright, what's our next piece of evidence for the flat earth? The flat earthers are still working diligently because whenever you search for flat earth stuff appropriately, it's filled with just recent flat earth proofs out there. So let's see what's next.
Good afternoon and welcome.
Jesus fucking Christ, could you I don't know, do some sound correction on your goddamn video? Fuck.
To the Dean Wright Show. Today, down on the coast of Scotland, a beautiful day down here, and I'm going to look at a rock that I've been told by the locals here is 25 miles away from my point. Just spoke to an old chap for 10 minutes, told me this rock is 25 miles away. Now, according to the GitHub Earth curvature calculator, we shouldn't see this island at all. And it's sitting on an apparent horizon. Now that's 25 miles away, guys, so here's a massive black swan proof.
Okay, I don't know if you could hear that through all the fucking wind that he didn't compensate for, but basically there's an island off the shore of Scotland, and it's 25 miles away, and apparently he thinks that he shouldn't be able to see it from the shore of Scotland. I don't even have to do math for this. For one, I can't do the math because he's not going to give us his location. He just says that it's some island that's 25 miles away from the shore of Scotland. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but Scotland has a lot of miles of shore. So there's no way for me to be able to pinpoint where in the fuck he's talking about. But if you know, let me know down below because I'd love to do the mathematical calculations on this. But it doesn't really matter as far as the math goes because I know exactly how this works. If you can tell in that particular shot, you cannot see the beach of this island. You can't see where the island meets the water. What you see is the very tippy top of the island. So however many feet the Earth Curve Calculator website says should be hidden, it looks like that is the amount that's hidden. The fact that you can't see trees and you can only see a mountain and all this other shit seems to indicate to me that we're seeing exactly what we should see on a globe Earth. So no, this does not prove that the Earth is flat. It just proves that you don't know how to do math, figure out what the elevation of the island is, or just simply understand trigonometry and geometry. Basically what I come to as a conclusion of this is that you need to go back to school. Alright, so what is the next proof again? I mean, we're already on number 2. I'm getting a headache. Where is my oven mitt to protect myself? I'll find it. Y'all watch this.
Flat Earth Proof 29. Time zones. Time zones are said to be caused by the rotation of the ball Earth, so that when one side of the ball faces the sun, that side is experiencing day, whilst the opposite side experiences night. On the flat Earth model, however, the sun is much closer to the Earth than claimed by modern science, acting more like a local spotlight overhead, as it revolves around the central pole in 24-hour cycles, illuminating the areas beneath it, then disappearing beyond the scope of the observer's perspective as it moves farther away, creating the illusion of sunrise and sunset. An interesting side note, further demonstrating that this phenomenon occurs on a flat plane as opposed to a ball.
Okay, this is dumb as fuck. And it's dumb as fuck for some really simple reasons, okay? First off, you can take a filter for your camera and you can watch the sun as it changes throughout the course of the day, and you will not find that the sun actually changes in size. When you're just looking at the sun without a sun filter, it appears to change size just because of how much glare is coming off of the sun and how bright the sun is. It makes it seem a lot bigger in the sky than it actually is. That's why the sun filter on a camera is very important. So when you look at the sun through the sun filter, you will not see it change in size. This is very important because if the sun were to just disappear from our current vantage point because it got too small to see, then we should see a drastic change in size in the sun, and that's not at all what we perceive. Another big clue that this person doesn't know what in the fuck he's talking about is the fact that the sun does not act like a fucking spotlight on their own map. I mean, look at it. Who out there has a spotlight that works like that? Nobody does. Because that's not how light works. Light does not mysteriously stop halfway through its travels. If the sun were closer, and if the sun were acting like a spotlight, then we should see a drastic difference in what area of the earth is lit up when the sun is directly overhead. This is besides the point that the sun doesn't disappear like he seems to indicate. Another thing is that the sun would have to have a completely different makeup and work completely differently than we know it to actually operate. So when he says that there are lights in the sky or luminaries or something like that, it's very important for them to be able to define what a luminary is, how do they produce light, and how does it work in general? Because they're not going to be able to tell you. They're just like, we don't know, but you know what? We just know that it doesn't work like the big old scientists tell us. Give me a fucking break. Also, if you'll notice in his little model here, he's got the moon illuminating using its own light. The moon doesn't have its own light, okay? It reflects light from the sun, and that's just a fucking fact.
Is that on a ball, 12 o'clock noon in the summer would wind up shifting, becoming 12 o'clock midnight in the winter, and vice versa.
No, wait, hold on, what? So you're trying to tell me that if it's 12 noon in the northern hemisphere, then in the southern hemisphere it has to be 12 midnight? Do you not understand how any of this works? Like, if it's 12 noon on one side of the earth in one particular location, directly perpendicular to it, just on the southern end of the globe, it's still going to be 12 noon. I really don't think you understand how time works. What you're looking at is it would be 12 noon on this side of the planet, while it would be 12 midnight on the exact opposite side of the planet. The dark side, dipshit. Okay. What's the next proof? Because I'm really tired of this fucking one.
We got embarrassed about this. But I'm not embarrassed for me, I'm embarrassed for you. Because I need to go to this length to show you how ridiculous the idea that you live on a spinning ball actually is. Me standing in the pissing rain, it was soaking wet to make the point. Hope you appreciate this.
Oh, great. It's the fucking dipshit from the very beginning of the video. Awesome. There's no way this is gonna get in my face palm.
Hey, found this shit. I've seen it in other videos of the ball earth with the oceans removed. Okay? Let's try this. I don't know what's happening, but it doesn't appear to be filling up to the shape of the ball. It seems to be running off the bottom here.
Yes, because that ball is not big enough to exert the amount of gravity that would be needed to hold the water onto the ball. You fucking bell end. You see, this is a general problem with science deniers. They don't understand why a particular model works, so they just make up whatever in the fuck they can come up with in their heads, and then that becomes the experiment, or that becomes how something works. And so in this particular situation, the flat earther thinks that the water should stick to just any sized ball out there, and that would prove whether or not the earth is a globe. He fails to factor in the fact that gravity plays a significant role in holding water onto the earth, as well as our atmosphere. But of course, he's got a hose, he's got a deflated soccer ball, football in his particular country, and he sprays it with water, and therefore, boom! Earth is flat, motherfuckers! Brr!
I'll try this.
Okay, I don't understand what this particular thing has to prove. You're basically filling up a dent in a football with water. This seems like a really shitty Saturday afternoon. I mean, can you imagine how he got the guy who's filming him to come out there and film this? It's like, hey, you know what? I'm going to make fun of people that think the earth is a globe. I know. I'm going to spray a ball with water, and then I'm going to fill up one of its dents with water, and I'll be like, you see, look, the earth is flat, motherfuckers. And then we'll probably spray some more shit out there. You want to come out here and film me?
Again, it's running off the sides. I can't get it to mound up to the shape of the board. I don't know why. Should I spin it?
Yes, you should definitely spin that motherfucker. Let's go.
Aye.
Give it a spin. How about it? Right, let's see. Oh!
Boom! Globe Earth busted. I guess we gotta pack all this shit up, get this whole spinning Earth thing going. Honey, we're flat earthers now.
What?
I know, it's amazing to me, but he spun a ball in the middle of some water while he's spraying it with a hose. Flat Earth.
I still don't believe it.
What?
It appears that the water seems to be running off the side, finding its own level again. But we'll give something else a try, yeah?
I like how he's trying to do this experiment in order to prove that water doesn't stick to a ball, while at the same time, the water is obviously sticking to the ball. And this is because of the adhesion and cohesion factors of water. Adhesion would be the water molecules being able to stick to each other, while cohesion would be the water molecules being able to stick to other surfaces. It's due to these particular things that water is able to stick to that particular ball. But when you have the massive amounts of water that we do have here on the Earth, gravity is needed to keep all of that water on the Earth. If gravity were to disappear, then yes, all of the water, the atmosphere, everything would just fly off of the Earth. But because of gravity, that doesn't happen. But this particular flat earther right here doesn't believe in gravity. He just thinks that things fall down naturally, and that's just a natural part of the world without having to explain why it does that, rather than falling sideways or going up or catty-cornered or some shit. I don't know. Anyways, that's enough from him. And, basically he just sprays more water at other things out there. And, I mean, he fills up a tray. And I don't know what this is supposed to prove other than this is why he thinks the earth is flat, because of water. I don't know. Anyways, we're going to go on. But, I don't want to go on to just another sort of, I guess, low-hanging fruit. Can you really classify any of these people as low-hanging fruit? If it's all low-hanging fruit, what is low-hanging fruit at that point? Let's reach a little bit higher on the tree. Let's go to one of the prominent flat earthers out there. Let's see what Nathan Thompson is up to. I'm sorry, but I really don't think that Nathan Thompson needs to be around kids. I mean, maybe this is just me, but from what I've seen out of Nathan, he definitely doesn't need to have any kind of influence on kids whatsoever. Especially if he thinks it's appropriate or acceptable to be approaching kids that aren't his at their school.
Hello. Hey guys, real quick. I got a flyer for you. Check it out.
No, I'm sorry, we can't.
I can't give them a flyer? Hey guys, check this out real quick. Space is fake. You're not on a spinning ball. They're gonna teach you, listen guys, they're gonna teach you you live on a spinning ball. That doesn't make it true. It's not real.
So this is what the flat earth community is reduced to now. Verbally assaulting kids while they're at school. You have to go so far as to forcibly attempt to indoctrinate other kids with your ridiculous fucking beliefs that are so anti-science that nobody takes you seriously. There's literally nobody out there that would look at flat earth and be like, oh, they got a point. You know, they're doing hard work over there. I mean, you got that fucking Bob guy from the goddamn Globebusters who debunked flat earth in general, like, what was it, 2 years ago or something? But yet, y'all still keep on going, and now you've gotten to the point where you start verbally attacking kids at school. And yeah, in case you're wondering, Nathan did get arrested for this particular stunt. I know I'm probably behind on this, but when it happened, I mean, it was just this past year, COVID was going rampant, and so, you know, I just was not all that concerned about flat earth at that point. Now, he was arrested and charged with public disorderly conduct. I'm not exactly sure what's happened since then. I haven't been able to find any recent updates about his charges, so I don't know what happened, but I know that he's banned from the channel. Oh my god, I'm so glad I'm done with that. Jesus Christ. I thought that maybe they had come up with some new shit, which I have to say, the slingshot thing was new. I had not seen that before. But anyways, hey, if you guys liked this video today, let me know down in the comments. What did you think about all 5 of these flat earthers? Do you think that any of them had a point, or do you think they were all ridiculous? I hope there's nobody that's subscribed that thinks that they have a point about any of this. Let me know down below. And hey, while you're down there, why don't you smash that like button and subscribe if you want some more dumbass content like this. Don't forget to stand up and use your voice. Bye, heathens!